don't mind the bare face and the crazy hair. I've just been editing all morning trying to get as much content finished as possible, but it's that time. It is coffee o'clock. It's time for round 2 on my coffee. I also finally found the peppermint mocha creamer. This one is my all-time favorite, but I normally get it in the 0 sugar version, but I feel like it's so hard to find except in the holiday time, which I guess kind of makes sense. It's more of like a Christmas scent, but I think I'm gonna do this one today. So that's the rich chocolate. I need to get a mug. I want the pumpkin mug. Let's do that one. I finally decorated for fall, so I have a lot of my little pumpkin stuff out and the little pumpkins and stuff over here. And I have the little pumpkin pillows. I love it. It just gets you in the mood. I feel like changing not just like the decor, but also like my floral stems and stuff like that, and the scents in my house start making it feel like really seasonal. I actually normally like to decorate for fall at the beginning of August because I am a November 1st, it's Christmas time kind of person. So I feel like that gives me August, September, October for fall, and then November, December, somewhat into January for Christmas, because I don't like decorating my house for it to only be up for a month. So I was a little bit late this year, I will admit, but you know what? We finally got it up and about, but it's also probably pretty noisy with that going. So as soon as that's finished, I'm gonna chat with you guys because some things moved around on my flight schedule. Hi, Pookie Bear, did you come see me? Did you come see me? Ah, you little soggy sog. He's a little wet, huh? Look what I got. Oh, look what I got. But the other thing I'm really excited about before this trip is Chip and I did something different to our bedroom. So one thing about me is I am as nice as can be, but there are 2 instances where all of that just leaves my body. It exits my soul and it is gone, and that is when I am hungry and when I am tired. The things you don't mess with is when I really need my sleep. So Chip and I sometimes, depending on like what I just worked and our sleep schedules and our crazy schedules with all 6 of the dogs and the cat, especially because Smokey is on seizure medication that she has to take 3 times in a day, so every 8 hours, our schedules get a little crazy. So every now and again, Chip and I will request to sleep in the spare room so that way the other person can actually sleep. But something we talked about recently is we're like, even though the mattresses are the exact same between our bedroom and our spare room, for some reason, the spare bedroom is so much more comfortable to sleep on. And I don't know what it is. I really have no idea. It just feels like our mattress in our bedroom is more stiff than that one. And we were both talking about this. They're really no different, so I don't get it. But we wanted to do something so that way we can actually start getting better sleep, because sleep is very, very, very important to me, not only because I love sleep, but also for my job, but it's also really important for your health. Like, good quality sleep is very, very, very important. So we wanted to find a mattress topper, but not just any mattress topper, not no regular schmegular mattress topper. We wanted like the deluxe mattress topper, like something good that we're gonna be sleeping good, you know what I mean? And we finally found one, and it is from Helix, who I also want to thank for sponsoring today's video. Y'all, this mattress topper is no joke. This is good. It's like sleeping on a marshmallow. Basically, your whole body just melts into it. It's that great. But it really also was very, very easy to put together and put on top of the mattress. So we just took it out of the box and unfolded it, and it kind of inflates back as it's sitting there. And then it has these straps that you just wrap around that help keep it in place. And it is so fluffy and so padded. It's definitely taking our sleep to the next level. 1, 2, 3. I think I could go to sleep right now.
I like that way better.
This is our professional bed dog. She is a bed connoisseur. She loves it. What do you think, Mimi? Looks like she already made herself right at home. Thank you, Helix Sleep, for sponsoring, and visit helixsleep.com/catnesbitt to take advantage of their Labor Day sale exclusive partner offer for 27% off site-wide. So, I was actually supposed to have a 2-day trip Friday and Saturday, and it was actually gonna be another Raleigh layover, but I have a 3-day trip that Sunday. So that would have been 5 days in a row. And I personally don't like to fly trips back to back. I like at least 1 day off in between trips, so that way I can come home, do laundry, you know, kind of decompress before going back out, especially because with my autoimmune, sometimes it can be hard on my body flying. So I like a day to kind of chill before the jump back out. So I was actually able to trade that 2-day for a turn on our TTS system. So TTS is basically open time with the company. So it runs like once every single night. And so I was able to swap it, but that turn was still gonna be on Saturday. So that was still gonna basically be 2 trips in a row. Plus now I would have to drive all the way to the airport, drive all the way back to the next day, drive all the way to the airport. So I just put it on ETB, which is like our flight attendant trade board. So that's the trade board like amongst each other, whereas TTS is amongst not just each other if you put something in there, but also just what's open within the company. So I put it on ETB to see if anybody wanted to trade, which I honestly didn't think it was gonna trade because tomorrow is Wednesday, so it's a weekday, and weekday trips are so much harder to get. They're obviously more senior. It's a more junior thing to have to work the weekends, which I really don't mind because I'm like, well, if I'm somewhere fun on a weekend, that gives me more things to do at that place, if that makes sense. I kind of thought like, oh, it's not really gonna work, but lo and behold, somebody just sent me a trade request, and not only that, their trip is better than mine. So mine was like a 6:30 a.m. sign-in, and it was gonna be a Cancun turn, whereas this one is an 11:20 or so sign-in in the morning. You're done before 8 p.m. at night, and not only that, it's worth a little bit more time. So we're gonna basically go from Dallas up to Vancouver, Canada, and then back down. And there's not really a sit time or anything like that. And that flight is gonna be worth $6.25. So it's kind of like a high time turn, because on average flight attendants, you usually work like 5 flight hours per day. So I'm super excited about that. Sorry, I came into the kitchen so I can put the coffee creamer up. But since the sign-in is so late tomorrow, I figure most of the stuff that we're gonna have to do to get ready, other than showering, I'm just gonna go ahead and do tomorrow since we'll have plenty of time. But I do have a lot more editing and work I wanna get done today, so that way we are all clear to go flying tomorrow. So I'm gonna get that done, and I guess I will see you guys bright and early for a day of flying. Good morning, you guys. I am feeling well rested. Very much. I feel like I just needed like a good sleep. But right now it is 8:45 in the morning. So obviously I've already gotten ready. As far as like my actual suitcase goes, I took out like obviously like the dirty underwear and stuff like that, but I'm pretty much just leaving it packed with what was already in there from the previous trip because I'm planning to come home tonight. So unless we get stuck, we don't really need any of that. It's just kind of like a backup, because as a flight attendant, you will make that mistake one time where you go on a turn and you don't bring your stuff with you, and you're gonna get stuck, and you will never make that mistake again. So I'm just gonna leave them packed. Some people literally will bring like a small suitcase or a backpack with just the necessities. But for me, I'm like, well, if it becomes a long layover, I want stuff. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and pack up my cooler bag today. So I wasn't the most planned because, like I said, I had the turn that was actually supposed to be later. I should have gone to the grocery store yesterday. I just had so much stuff to do. So we're kind of making use of whatever was in my fridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start with some ice packs at the bottom. I thought I had like one big ice pack from my factory order, because I usually refreeze those in my freezer and use them because they literally are the perfect size for the bottom of my cooler bag. But I must not. I must have like pretty much used them because I didn't see any big ones, but that's all right. We'll just put like some small ones down there. And then I'm also gonna bring my medicine bag. I've told y'all this is the hack of all hacks, because you can fill this up with ice on the airplane, in the hotel, whatever you need. So if you ever need ice and like your cooler bags don't refreeze, that's a great backup. So I just like to throw it in there and keep it in there. As far as meals go, I did see there is one more factory meal in there, and I called dibs because me and Chip have both been taking them to work. And I was like, Chip, you're off work today. I need the meal. And he said, okay. So this one is the chimichurri pork tenderloin with red pepper, cauliflower mash, and roasted squash. Now this meal is also more calories than their normal meals that I get, because this one is 670 calories with 41 grams of protein. So normally I get like their calorie smart meals, but I look for the ones that are protein plus meals. But because this has more calories in it, That'll keep us full because we're not getting back home until late tonight. So we pretty much need to bring all the meals that we're gonna bring. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there. I also have some fresh cut up pineapple that we have left over from HEB. So I'm probably just gonna throw like a handful of this in a Ziploc bag. But the other thing I'm going to do is I have a cucumber from the garden. I also have a bunch of tomatoes over here. I have like 2 bowls of tomatoes and I'm kind of tempted to take some of these, but I think I'm going to leave them. But I am gonna take this and I'm gonna slice this and throw it into another Ziploc bag. But I'm also gonna take one of my Go stacks. I've shared these with you guys before. These are so, so handy and they have all different sizes on them. I'll link this down below because I picked them up on Amazon. I have like 2 of them, but I'm just gonna take this small one on top and I'll just keep the handle on it, but you can actually take the handle off. But I'm just gonna take some of this dressing. This stuff is so good. It is, oh, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I love nothing more than to slice up some cucumbers or some veggies and put this on it. It just elevates it. Like it feels like it's been marinating forever. So I first saw this dressing whenever I worked to Japan, I believe, because we have this on the plane, but this is from Pkwy and it is the Japanese soy and sesame dressing. Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. If you see this, pick this up. But I'm gonna throw just a little bit in here. And then lastly, I'm gonna just take this pack of crackers. I had this in there from last time. I didn't eat them. Sometimes it's just nice to overpack your food rather than underpack, because then if you get hungry, you got options. So I'm gonna just throw that back in there again. But I'm gonna get this together and then I guess I'm gonna get dressed and we're gonna get out of here and head to the Dallas airport. So we just got to the Dallas airport. There was lots of parking in the back, which I like because then I can like park back here and I can get all my stuff out without having to worry about like door dinging anybody or anything. But I was looking at the flight, so it looks like we are gonna be on the 737 today and I am position 3. And I told you guys on the last trip, I like that better because my jump seat is in the front with the lead flight attendant, whereas on the 321, you're squished in between passengers. So I do prefer, if I'm gonna work this position, to be on the 737. But it also looks like we're not gonna have really a sit between flights. It's pretty much just gonna be enough time for them to clean the plane and go. But I was also looking at the crew and y'all, this is a senior trip. And when I mean senior, I mean senior. It's more senior than most of the Londons I've been working. Like I am by far the most junior flight attendant. So I just thought that was kind of funny. I'm just looking at what terminal we are going out of. Please do not be the high D's. D1, I think it's through like 4 or something like that. Oh my gosh, it's so far out there. A10, all right, so we're going out of A, so I guess we are going to take the Terminal A shuttle bus, but let's go ahead and get our stuff out and head inside.
All right. Well, I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail. I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more. Oh yeah, I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more.
Good morning, you guys. Do you like my Taco Bell jammies? They're so comfy. I actually got these on the TikTok shop. I ended up stopping at Taco Bell yesterday on the way home. But anyways, the trip was actually really, really good. The whole crew was super nice. And fortunately, the flight coming back home wasn't full. So that was a nice surprise because like, I'm just used to every flight is full. I mean, my airline is in the business of selling seats. And boy, do they sell seats. I think also school going back into session kind of plays into that a little bit. It's like the calm before the storm because as soon as the holidays start popping up, right back busy again. But also there's like this really funny story that I wanted to share with y'all because I just got like a good kick out of it. I was actually talking to my neighbor yesterday and she was messaging me because apparently they're having something, whether it's like an armadillo, squirrels, moles, I'm not sure, but they're digging in like their flower beds and in their yards and backyards and everything. And she was asking me if we were having the same problem. And I told her, I said, listen, I'll be honest, I have been so busy, I'm not even sure. And she was like, oh, I think you would know. And I said, well, I think it also helps, you know, that we have 6 dogs and then we also have a cat that's always on the property. And she's like, oh yeah, we also have the gray and white cat, but unfortunately he's not around at nighttime. And I started laughing because the gray and white cat is Boots, that you guys have seen that started coming around. So we started feeding him. We went to go get him to get his vaccines and got him dewormed. And then also, I don't know if you guys remember, but when the copperhead bite thing happened, we had to take him to the vet. And she was telling me, she was like, yeah, we've been feeding him, but we also thought he has an owner because he showed up with a little shaved arm. But y'all, that was from when we took him to the vet for the copperhead. And I was like, oh my God, we've also been feeding him. So turns out Mr. Boots is just making his rounds around the little neighborhood area and everybody is feeding him. But he's not at her house at night because he sleeps here. He's pretty much here, I would say 80% of the day, Boots is at our house and he's like sleeping out on the back. And also we have a bed out there. He has a cat scratcher. He's fed twice a day. But when he does leave for that 20%, he's making rounds to go get food elsewhere. Okay, Mr. Boots, and I did notice, I was like, he's getting a little chunky, but I just figure because he loves to bring us gifts, he'll bring like rats, birds, lizards, all the sorts. I just thought like we were feeding him and then he was also just eating things around the house, but turns out, no, he's just having a whole buffet around the neighborhood. So anyways, just thought that was kind of funny. But now I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out here so I can edit it as fast as possible to you guys. But if you did enjoy this video, if you wouldn't mind giving it a big old thumbs up and pressing that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.